713 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Harddrive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also on DBS Television. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Wednesday. It's the 21st of January. My name is Andre Paul, and the co-host of the show today, and I have her all to myself.
Careful, Andre, careful. Careful here.
The beautiful Lady J. Lady J, nice to see you again.
Yeah, good morning, Andre. Good morning. This morning was a little tight for me. I reached all the way in Marisil, forgot my cell phone, and turned back and got home and to be here on time. That tells you and everybody else the importance of leaving home on time, very early. So if in case you have to double up,
yes,
it will work.
Yes, some people think that life is so perfect that they can leave. Say, for example, they know if they live close to where they're supposed to be having the interview. Okay, it'll take me 5 minutes to get there, and next thing you know, there's an accident or something.
Right.
The police have cordoned off the area, and you know, you didn't
you have
leave
to
early
make
enough.
provisions for that.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't. Well, I gotta say, praise God, I left home very much on time, so I was able to go back. But Andre, I'm not lying to you, I was very worried about traffic. So my heart was pounding like crazy, you know. But hey, I got here on time, you know, and everything, and I'm happy for that.
Okay, definitely. So how are things with you, family, everybody's well?
Yeah, my mom woke up this morning and said she had a slight headache, so I gave her 2 Panadols, and I told her, you know, when I get back, if, you know, Lennox says anything has changed, I will, you know, call her doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, at that age, you don't know what they are confusing, if it's really a headache or whatever.
Yes.
So, you know, we have to be in tune to what they say.
True thing. And don't do like what some people do to say things like, oh, don't worry, she's just pretending.
Nah, I will never do that.
Good.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, I might think it.
But to say it out loud.
I might think it, but I know. I might think it. I wonder if Mom really has a headache or something. I might think it.
Yes.
But like we do. Andre, you might tell me you have a headache, and just because I feel, and I'm not saying Andre, I'm just using her name, I feel you pretending you just want to go home. You don't want to, you know, you probably have something else planned, and that's your excuse, you know what I mean? So, of course, you might think that person is not telling the truth, but at the same time, they are feeling something that's why they're telling you, and you've got to just do what you have to do. If you have to send them home, you send them home. If you have to ask them to get to the doctor, you do that, because that is what we have to do.
True thing. Talking about health and so on, yesterday I went to the hospital. I won't mention any names because I wasn't given permission to mention any names. And a good partner of mine, right? He's at the hospital as we speak. He's all right. He's okay. When I say okay, he was speaking with me. Of course, he recognized me. His wife mentioned my little daughter Nairobi, and he actually said her name and so on.
Right.
Okay, so he's okay, but this is his 3rd stroke.
Wow.
Yeah, his 3rd. So I was told that there's bleeding in the brain and so on.
That's what my brother had.
Really?
Yeah. Andre, let's not talk about it in case they're listening.
Yes, okay. As I said, I'm not mentioning names or anything like that, but he's my partner. We've known each other for a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
And I'm sending him good vibes, positive vibes, right? That he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay.
The only thing I'm going to say, and I don't want to say anything else because I'll get very sensitive on this, is my heartbeat is already going a little higher because it's bringing me back to this year is going to be 7 years we lost, 7 years we lost my brother, and the only thing I'm going to say is every human being is different. But Andre, if you need to go back to the hospital just to hold his hand and tell him how much you care for him and so on, I think now is the time. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because I was touching him yesterday for sure.
Yeah,
made sure I gave him a few touches and making a few little jokes and so on. Yeah, but let's hope everything will be okay.
Strength, Andre, strength.
And while I was there, because I hadn't been there actually since I fell ill.
Tony?
Well, yeah, okay, Tony,
Tony.
yes. Okay, because Tony's, I went there that night, it was just for a couple of hours I was there and so on, right? I saw a number of people on beds and so on. And you could see Lady J and our listeners and our viewers, the people I don't know them personally, but you could see the people are sick. They're not well, okay? They all curled up on the beds and so on, and you could tell that, and you have things hooked up to their bodies. I was just watching and said to myself,
Andre.
boy, life. And I said yesterday, I was talking to a nurse. I said to her, there's a real real possibility that this is where I'm going to die right here. I said that. When you think about it.
Why did you think of that?
Yeah, because most people die at hospitals. Most people.
You also die at home.
Yeah, that's true. It does happen. That's true. But usually you fall ill and then they take you to the hospital. That's the first stop. So yesterday I was just saying, imagine that.
Tapio. They have other. Yeah,
this place could be where
health
I'm going to die.
The polyclinics too. Yeah.
That's so freaky. But anyway, I was just saying yesterday, what boy, see somebody's young and strong and to see them now in a bed there, and really in a bad way. Yeah.
Some of the people you looked at?
Yes, I saw them. I saw some of them there.
Andre, when I was a little girl, I've never forgotten that. My mom took us to the hospital to see a relative of hers, and 2 beds away was a little girl. I mean, I can see this, and that's so many years ago, Andre. I didn't understand because I was probably 4 or 5, but the memory is there. And sometimes I suppress it, But I saw this little girl on the bed. And she was mourning, crying. So I came off because, my mom was holding my hands, all of us. She had all of us there. I remember coming away from my mom to see the little girl. And there was some green substance coming out from her. And I remember asking my mom, what is that? And my mom told me, don't look over there. I guess because I was too young. But later on in life, when I was older, and I said, Mom, you remember you took us to the hospital? My mom told me that little girl was raped.
Oh, my.
That is why. And she died after that.
How old was she?
A little girl. She couldn't be more than 3 or 5. In the yard. She, just for a split second, the mother took her eyes off of her and she wandered in the yard and she was caught. I can't tell you if the person, the perpetrator was ever caught. Because, like I say, I was a little girl myself, not understanding what this was. But because it stuck in my head for so many years, and you suppress these things, but then after you have your own daughter or you're around people who have just given birth, thoughts come back to your mind, to the forefront. And I remember that, and I did ask her, and she told me about it. And Andre, you said you see the elderly in there or other persons in there, but that is what triggered the thought, and I suppressed that for so many years.
Imagine that.
You saying the line, but this is what came to mind. So, Andre, we also have to remember the kids too, the little ones.
Yeah, of course.
In the hospital.
Just this morning, I read a story. I think an actor in the U.S. They arrested him. The allegations coming from the parents that he was molesting their 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, wow.
7-year-old daughter. But then again, these are the allegations. Yes. We don't know if that is true. We don't know. We haven't heard his side of the story.
Yeah.
So,
I always think that's sick people to do that. Just, I mean, how can you? I mean, are you high or something?
Probably.
What is causing that?
Probably.
You know?
That's probably part of the plan. Take a few drinks or something or whatever it is that they do.
So you don't even know what you're doing.
What you're doing. You know what you plan to do, but you figure you need a little help. I believe also, in fact, not just
you think they plan to do it?
Of course, definitely.
Or the drinking or this or the high sort of plant that in their minds, I think after the fact.
Maybe you're right about that, but I believe that the guys already know what they want to do. And they're already high. So at that time, they're up to, who was I talking to yesterday? Who was it? Last night I was talking with Dr. Suraj, and we're talking about what the effects alcohol has on your brain. And basically what it does, it shuts down this part of the brain where you're able to make, responsible decisions and so on. Yeah, it suppresses that, so you kind of like doing anything, almost anything. Almost, if you're in that state. So so fellas are planning these things. They see the child, they already have these bad thoughts in their head, and they just carry through with it. And you're right as well. Maybe while they're drunk, then they do those things as well. Maybe they didn't plan to, but at the end of the day, it's just wrong. No matter how you slice it.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, to hear these things, so sad, especially when they are that young. I mean, you're taking away much of their innocence, if not all of it, and that could really mess up people's minds, the way they grow from there,
It's not a joke, a serious business. All right, so we have a lot to talk about. Hassani was supposed to be here this morning, but he has some things he has to take care of, so with limited time, he needs to go to the bank, etc., and he'll be here maybe a little later. Before we actually end.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if not, God willing, this afternoon, he'll be here from 3 o'clock to do what he normally does. Yeah, which is afternoon overdrive. Right? All right, let me just take care of some house chores.
Okay.
Okay, the menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place is pumpkin rice, ground provisions, fig salad, barbecue chicken wings, fish in Creole sauce. I know a lot of people like that one. Fish in Creole sauce, lentils, and tossed salad. Once again, the menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place: pumpkin rice, ground provisions, fig salad, barbecue chicken wings, fish in Creole sauce, lentils, and tossed salad. And remember to try their wide variety of sea moss beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed sea moss with milk or without milk. So it's your choice. Okay, you can get it with milk or without milk. So the chia seeds and the flax seeds are also in there. So it's your choice. As I keep saying, this is real food. All right. Okay. Anything you want to mention before we move on?
No, go ahead. Might be, maybe.
All right. Okay.
I do have something.
Sure.
A couple of things, but I'll say it. Andre, when you well, I know you don't cook, but let's just say, no, Andre, you're doing your breakfast.
I like to cook.
Your breakfast. Do you wash the egg, or straight from the supermarket in the container? You just crack and cook. When it comes to your eggs.
Well, I like to boil them. So when I'm finished boiling, say for example.
No, before that.
No,
when
no.
You don't wash?
No, I don't wash it.
Okay.
But once if I boil the egg, which is what I most times do, I will remove the shell and wash the egg.
After the fact.
Yeah, I'll wash it.
Well, Andre, I'm going to talk about that on
REV-UP
Center today about whether it's good or bad. I'm going to talk about it. But for me, Andre, because I don't want to give too much information, I want him to listen.
Yeah.
But for me, anything, Andre, I purchase, whatever, it's got to be not necessarily washed, but rinsed. And so when I take the egg from the container,
You wash
must not wash, because wash would mean you're using your hands.
Okay.
Put it under the pipe.
Okay. No,
So
I don't
rinse
do
it
that. No.
Before I crack.
But I actually saw my
Or boil.
I actually saw my grandmother doing that. She'd remove the shell and then wash the egg.
No, before. That means it's cooked. If you move the shell, it's cooked. I'm talking about raw.
I find that when I remove it from the boiling pan or whatever, and I crack it, it smells fresh. I find that it smells fresh.
No, but I'm not talking about when it's cracked.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not talking about when it's cooked yet. I'm talking about before.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I don't wash it before. Yeah, but
so
I do wash
just
it.
drop a little lime, Andre, before you. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take away smells, that's what I do. I don't know how people do it, but if I want to take away a smell, I'm going to drop a little lime in there.
If you have.
That's true, but if you have lemon, you can drop it there. You're right. If you
have that too.
But Andre, I don't eat hard-boiled eggs. And
really?
No,
I love
Andre,
them. I love them.
because of the smell.
Well, no, if I wash it, there's no smell.
No, for me there is.
Oh, okay.
So I don't like it from a kid. I mean, my mom gave it to me, and once I could say I no longer want it, believe me, I did. Right? I don't really like eggs. And also, another thing is, Andre, you're getting eggs in just about everything. If you eat cake, it has egg. Just about everything you eat could have it. So, I'm like, if I can stay away from you, I'm staying away from you. So you won't find me breaking an egg and scrambling or an omelette.
But are you aware that eggs are one of the most nutritious foods on the planet?
Yes, Andre.
So I gotta have it, man.
But the men love it.
I gotta have it.
The men love it.
That thing has almost every vitamin and mineral,
yes,
except
Andre.
I think vitamin C.
Andre,
it's a wonderful food. And it was vilified once upon a time. It was vilified. People say, cholesterol and so on. So what was the?
Well, too much of anything, Andre.
No.
Much of anything.
If you do research on it, okay, this cholesterol thing they're talking about there, it would cause very little problems for anybody. The problem is the way it's prepared.
Still adds on.
The way it's prepared.
So in other words,
butter,
cut down butter,
eggs,
oil,
butter, oil, what is the cheese?
Yeah.
Right? When you do the
extras,
omelette,
omelette and
that's the
extras.
problem.
Yeah.
But that's a wonderful food, and I see people, ignoring it.
No, Andre, if I have, like I say, I eat cake and all of that, so I know I'm getting some egg in. But for me to just take an egg and say, okay, I'm going to have scramble, the only way I'm going to have eggs, like a scrambled egg, is if I have, the Dixie biscuits.
Okay, those.
Andre, this is delicious with a scrambled egg. I don't know if anyone has tried it, but I think it's delicious, and that's the only way I'm going to eat the egg. Otherwise, forget it.
Really?
Yeah, and I give my mom eggs not every day. I give it to her maybe twice or three times a week, and again, it's because I know it's good. So I give it to her twice or three times, and she enjoys it. Definitely on a Sunday, she must have her eggs, and her, I give her some bacon as well.
It's an excellent food, folks. Try your best to have it as part of your diet, and also fish. I know some people say mercury, this and that and the other. I don't say no because the vegetables and stuff, they have all the issues as well, and I'm sure we still eat them, right? I think the levels,
but everything in moderation,
especially in our Caribbean waters, I don't think we're that bad. I'm not saying we don't have issues in our Caribbean waters, but for the most part, our waters are kind of all right, kind of all right. But fish, especially the fatty fish, the tuna, for example, excellent, man, source of protein and those omega-3. Listen, we need to add that. Now, as kids, to be honest with you, I didn't like it. I didn't like fish. You know why? My grandmother cooked that almost every single day. Had a fish, and the fish had a lot of bones.
Yes.
A lot
fine
of
fish,
bones.
Andre. I remember getting a lot of that as a kid.
And your bones would get stuck in your throat and so on. And I couldn't
Andre, that never happened.
It never happened to you? You're kidding me. How come?
Because I was very gentle. My mom always used to say, be careful.
Oh,
so very gentle.
Yeah, I think got stuck in your throat for 3 days.
I never had that. What?
For 3 days.
Andre, that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right. So I didn't like it. But guess what? When I found out, that the benefits of fish, man, I say, gosh, I have to bring it back into my diet.
Daily
that's for sure.
diet.
Anthony, oh my gosh, you talk about a fish lover? Anthony loves fish.
My hubby too.
And he loves to prepare
He can eat it every day.
You see?
Twice a day if he has to. And he loves to prepare it. Swear to God.
All right.
My friends, whenever they come home, LD, you cooking any fish today?
Another important point. I mean, this is a Christian society, so we believe that Jesus Christ existed, and so Jesus Christ, right, ate fish. That was a big part of his diet, fish. to the point where even after he resurrected from the dead and he went to the beach, right? He was there waiting for his friends and stuff. That's exactly what he prepared. Fish. I think that sends a strong message. All right? If God, right, who's supposed to know what's good and what's right for us, and he's consuming fish, that sends a powerful message. At least to me anyway. To me.
And not only that, right now, Andre, you can read about it and find out for yourself
exactly
what it does, what it's doing to the body.
My gosh, man! If I were to Google health benefits of tuna right now, or salmon and those kinds of fish, right, the fatty
fish, on a whole,
man, you'd be surprised. These things are wonderful.
Plus, it's light, Andre. I mean, can you imagine eating fish at night and you can go to bed?
Yes.
No matter how much, you can still go to bed. Can you imagine eating steak in the night? Tell me if you can go to bed.
I know that too. Yeah,
pork.
Yeah. The level of cholesterol, bad cholesterol in those kinds of foods.
Heavy stomach, you can't sleep.
It's heavy. So
it's heavy. And that probably takes, I don't know, 5 or more hours to digest on your stomach, unlike fish. Yeah, so it's true. But there are people, I have some girlfriends that their plate will have more beef than anything else because they like it.
Yeah. I think it tastes better than the fish. The chicken, the beef, the lamb.
Chicken girl, I love my chicken.
Yeah, I think it tastes. It has a kind of sweetish kind of taste with the fat.
It's just tasty, Andre. Chicken is just tasty.
It is. It
but
really
Andre,
is.
I have a girlfriend, as we say, that she had fowls at her home. She was brought up with that, and I don't know what incident.
The yard fowls.
Yeah, I don't know what incident. I can't. I don't know if I mean, that's such a long time ago. I heard that story, but if you're cooking chicken at your home and she comes, she won't eat your food because she won't eat chicken. If you're cooking chicken at your home, anyway,
right?
Just chicken, the wood chicken, the food chicken, she will not eat from your home at that moment. If you're cooking, and while she's there, you are serving. So you're going to give her a plate of food as well. She won't eat it.
So why not?
And if she eats it, because whatever experience she had with the chicken or the fowl.
So what was the experience? What happened?
I don't know. I'll find out for you tonight. That was a long time ago, Andre. I just remember her and saying she won't eat it. And Andre, I experienced that because she's been at my home and she will not eat it. But if she's hungry, she will say leave it out because she can't, for whatever reason, she can't.
And we also know there are people...
She won't, not can't. She won't.
And we also know there are people, because again, the repeat serving of a particular type of food at their home, they got to the point where they just hated this thing, right? There's certain things, like certain families would, maybe they cook
every day
green fig. Yeah, that's an example. Green fig or breadfruit, for example, every day, because that's what the family could have afforded. But as a kid, you don't understand those things, but you get it every day. And variety, human nature, variety, the way we are, we like variety. And every day you bombarded this thing every day, repeatedly.
You know what it was? Rice.
You see, that's another one again.
It was rice. So now, Andre, for me, plain rice is like, have a little peas in there, have a little carrots in there, put something in the rice, or color, change of the color or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me it was that.
That's why we have pumpkin rice.
Yeah, but...
At the Tomaso bread place, pumpkin rice, saffron rice.
Right. Different, and a different one, instead of just this plain white rice,
Yeah. And it's true. A lot, again, the parents, because of the poverty and so on, they just give you rice in your skin. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I've heard some of the students from St. Lucia who studied in Cuba. They said that they got a lot of rice and peas every day. Yeah. Rice and peas every day. Because remember, they're under an economic embargo, so they can't be giving you steak. So it's basically you have to take what you get. And I mean, you get to the point where like every day you get so tired of this thing, you don't want to see it anymore for a while. Yeah.
But Andre, you can, older people, the older children who can cook, could always take that same rice and switch it around for fried rice. Use the same rice, you switch it around and make your fried rice and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I love fried rice. Yeah. Chinese way, but I also like it when it's done at home, our way, our St. Lucian way. I like that. Okay. Tastes good.
Okay, so let's get into some other matters. So now we know it's official that the homicide which took place in Leclerc on Monday, this has been confirmed as St. Lucia's 5th homicide for the year. So we've had 5, and that's just for the month of January. Last year we had 75. Let's hope that the police, with all the measures that they putting in place to, curb crime, especially violent crime and so on. Let's hope that they're going to be successful. And even more importantly, Lady J, the role of we, the parents, and what we have to do to assist law enforcement, right, in ensuring that we keep the homicide rate down. And this is not something I'm talking about supposed to happen when you're 30 or 40. It's something that's supposed to be happening when you're a young person, you have your children, all right? And we have to ensure that we lead the way. Okay, yes, it's true, we have to set a good example, but sometimes we set a good example and some children still don't pick up on the good examples, That does happen sometimes, right? There's always the exception to the rule. But we have to ensure, as we were saying this morning, that we set these boundaries for our children, right? To know that you can only go so far and no further than that. That is so important. Remember I was saying to you, one of the things I feel proud about as a parent, and not just me, I mean the mothers of my children, is that my children, for the most part, are law-abiding citizens, right? And I don't have to worry about the police coming after them, although, things can happen. This is life. It does happen.
Even if driving, maybe that day they were just speeding. And
exactly.
That's a simple thing, but still.
Yeah. Or they happen to be in the company of somebody who was doing something, unlawful.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I know for sure
they are not going to indulge.
Yeah.
Right.
Highly unlikely. I'm not saying it will not happen, but highly. So, that's so important to me, that my children are law-abiding citizens. And that's one way, folks, we can really help not just the police, the society in general, to keep the rate of violent crime down in St. Lucia. We have a responsibility to do that. Even the Bible tells you, train up tell them what's right, tell them what's wrong. Make sure they know how to conduct themselves.
Right.
Okay, and that involves you making a conscious effort to instill discipline and to instill values, right? Proper values in your children, and that tomorrow, when it's time for you to leave this planet, this earth, you can just sail away. You don't have to worry about me, boy. If I leave the children right now, bon Dieu, what's going to happen? That kind of thing.
Andre, some people worry about that, but
when you've done a bad job.
You think?
Yeah, you haven't done a good job, so you're afraid.
If you love your children, you don't want to leave the children. You want to make sure that.
No, but the times that this is the end. The time comes, this is the end. There's no more. You most likely know you're gonna. That's it for you. What's up, sir?
But Andre, it's not always bad parenting that causes. I
didn't say that. I'm just saying.
I'm speaking.
That's our. We have to make a conscious effort to play our part. Right, that we try to bring them up in a right way. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't mean that that's always the case. So yes, go ahead.
Yeah, because they go to school, they do extracurricular activities, they meet other people.
Their friends.
If they are weak, because some of us are born leaders and some of us are just followers, and if that child or children they are followers, it's going to happen. They are going to go astray because they're listening. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go over there and steal this. Let's go over there. It happens. So,
So how do we so how, it goes back to what we were just saying. How do we now raise the children in such a way that they don't, because listen, we made a lot of mistakes in our lives. We made some bad choices. And
some of us.
Yeah, we seem to behave as though the children should not make a mistake. They shouldn't make a bad choice. That's how we get really upset that they do wrong things. But
Andre, for example, when your child came from school, did you ever check the school bag?
Well, of course, the
maybe
mothers...
not every day, but...
Yeah, of course. But I didn't literally go in the school bag because I think the mothers took care of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But some people don't. And if they do, the child comes home with a cell phone because it's happening now, or the child back then, like in our time, there were no cells, but you had maybe a particular lunch kit that your mom gave you. It's unique. They want it, they steal it, and you never get it again. And that child is probably sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you, and can't even tell. An umbrella. That always used to happen to me. Every time. Andre, I wrote my name inside of the umbrella. It was still stolen.
Wow.
That means every time that person opened the umbrella and they look up, they'll see my name. And you cannot bring it back in the classroom. It was that bad.
Yes.
Okay? Books and so on. And I'm not saying they are actually thieves. Some people just do it because, let me just take that. And they don't realize it's stealing, but some know they're stealing it and they steal it. So, Andre, Some of the things we can do is to check with our children. How was school today? Make sure, you have a conversation. In my household, when it would happen is at dinner. What was your highs and lows for today? That's when it happened. And on a Sunday, if there was time, what happened for the week? But every household is different. I don't know.
Yes, of course. But no, we're just giving some tips and so on. I think another important tip is going to the school, for example, when I think they have these open days or whatever, where the teachers now come and have a one-on-one with you to talk to you about your child and his or her behavior at school. I think it's a very important exercise.
Yeah.
And parents should, those who can, if you're able to, because some parents can't go. But if you can't, you should send somebody who you know is responsible to go find out what your child does.
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised what they do.
Yeah.
When you see you turn your
They're
back.
away from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So I think
true.
that's really, really important.
It's true. It's very true. I remember when we first came back, and I had Consuelo in the private school, but Andre Budget, the private schools, it was so short. Before I even dropped them and go back home, I had to go and pick them up. Now I think they've extended the hours. But when we first came back, I just thought it was just too much. I couldn't get anything done in that space of time. So I ended up putting her in Camille. I think it's Camille. Yeah, the one by the gas station. And that day I went for her like about a half hour late. I was late, Andre. When I got there, she was crying. And Andre, my heart started to beat. It's my child, okay? I got closer and she told me, thank goodness the boys were still there. That school is boy and girl. The boys were still
Combined.
there and combined. She told me that one had kicked her and one had hit her.
Oh.
Andre, I said, let's go. We went home. No, they were not there when I got there, but she told me they were in her class. I told my hubby about it. For things like that, he was pretty cool, because he's one of those that's saying, I guess his upbringing is different to mine. Not I guess, but it is. So he was one of those who says, oh, you don't know what kind of upbringing the child has, da-da-da-da-da. I didn't want to hear that. I couldn't wait for tomorrow to come. Andre, I don't even think I slept. I swear, I don't even think I slept. I went to the school, went to the class teacher, who was really nice, and the principal has passed away since. But I went to the principal first. She sent me to the classroom, and she called the Consuelo to say what happened and to pinpoint the two boys. I mean, Consuelo was, I don't know, maybe about 7, because we moved again. We had to go again. And Consuelo went, him, and the two boys, him. Andre.
Partners in crime.
No, each one blaming the other.
As I said, partners in crime.
Yeah, each one blaming. I tell you, Andre, and it still happens with the older people, blaming the other. I mean, okay, they were disciplined, etc., etc. I really don't know where these two boys are. I hope they behave themselves. But Andre, in school, if we as parents do not go to the school, things like that will continue to happen. There's no doubt about it.
I agree. And your daughter was very brave to actually point them out. When I did that with Asani, he pointed them out, but he was kind of afraid. I said, the teacher asked him who said what they said and whatever, because he was a little sheepish about it. Yeah.
That they'll beat him up the next day.
Yeah, but you are right. We need to take those things seriously.
No, she showed it.
We need to take those things seriously.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm so sorry about what happened to that security officer at Falcon Mart.
Really sad.
So I'm no doubt his family is going for a rough time right now. Again, for the most part, you have a law-abiding citizen who's there doing his work, doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Earning a daily bread.
Yes, and around midday, 1 o'clock, that's when this thing happened. So, I mean, now the family has to pick up the pieces, and there are a lot of pieces to pick up. And
I don't know if he himself had a family. We don't even know that.
I keep reminding our listeners and our viewers that it's not the financial aspect. While, of course, psychologically, emotionally, you're torn apart. Now, added to that, you have to deal with the financial aspect, and sometimes the people can't even afford those things.
That you may not, that you're not even thinking of.
Yeah, exactly.
That alone is a cost.
Sometimes they have
Big
to go to friends and so on, and to ask them for help because they didn't plan for that.
Yeah.
Most people are poor and don't expect this sort of thing to happen. So I
the
feel
sickness possibly, but the death, killed instantly like that. Of course not. No one is planning for that.
God,
Andre.
man. And
Not at all.
you just have these fellas just come and form the fool like that. Now, your husband, I understand what he's saying. We don't know where they came from,
Yeah,
family,
he's one
how
of
they
those,
were
yeah.
brought up, and this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And he always says, some of these children don't know what love is, and they just need to be spoken to. There was when my daughter was going to school too, there was another girl. They still speak very well. There was another girl who scratched her. Andre, I think when the scratch was coming, she closed her eyes because it came from above the eyebrows and then under the eye. So obviously she had time. Andre, trust me. I think for me, I would prefer to lose an arm, but I want my eyes. Andre, can you imagine you can't see if you were born to,
Yeah, with your sight.
Yeah, with your sight, and then you can't see. It's like everything is gone, Andre.
Yeah.
I mean,
You have to,
be
like,
honest, I'm
rearrange your
100% 2020 in one eye, and I'm not 2020 in the other eye. So I can tell how that feels. Seriously. Plus, just close your eyes and you realize it's dark. We need to do it when we live at home.
Of course, I do
you need
that
to
all
know
the
your
time.
home, so you
Yeah.
need to close your eyes and try and find your way, just in case something happens. I do that all the time.
And that's in your immediate surroundings. Imagine
Exactly.
now
Can
you
you
have to
imagine?
go out.
Yeah.
Our good friend, Mr. Sylvester, he calls all the time. Thanks for taking my call. He talks about his experience all the time. He wasn't born blind. He developed a condition, an
Yeah.
eye condition, and now he's having a lot of problems being able to see properly.
And
so in his
diabetes
whole world now,
can do that as well.
yeah, he says it frustrates him because he wants to
Yeah.
go out and do things, and he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
At least not as easy as before. He has to get help.
Yeah.
So I just want to again empathize with the family, right, and friends of this gentleman. I don't know the gentleman.
Yeah.
He's a young guy,
He's a
27-year-old,
yeah,
right?
young guy.
And
His
also,
pictures all over
right,
social
and
media.
also the management there at Falcon Mart, because now they also have to pick up the pieces, and a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Because now they
people
have
will be
to,
afraid.
yeah, they have to now, open their business and hope that people now will still feel comfortable to come in. And you know how we are human beings.
Yeah.
That's just the way we are.
Yeah, they'll
right?
lose some clients in the beginning, but it will pick up. But at the same time, I'm sure the guy probably was like family for them.
Exactly.
We don't know how long he was working for them, but the fact that he was working and got killed while doing his duty, it is something to really think about.
I wish I knew the details, right? Exactly what happened, because
Well,
I
he
know
obviously was trying to stop them, I would think.
right now. I know there are lots of people. In fact, up to recently, I won't mention any names. Yeah, I know the person is listening right now. I was talking about the same thing, and in terms of if somebody comes to you, and the person is demanding you pass it and things like that, how you're supposed to react. Now, I think maybe most people will not take it kindly. They will try to overcome you, right, to ensure that they can overpower you. I think that's the initial reaction. And if you speak to most people, they tell you that's what they will probably do. They won't allow you to just
Not
come
with a gun,
and
Andre.
take their thing.
Not with a gun.
Some people, they any little opportunity they get, they'll take a chance to.
What?
Yeah. So I know for sure. I've said it already. If you tell me, you're pointing a gun at me or something, you have maybe have my child there with me, brother man, I'm not arguing with you.
Especially if you have a child.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I can always get the money back. The one I do,
Not necessarily the money. Sometimes they're not even after that. They're after the watch.
You know what? You know the one I don't
Your
want to
cell
lose?
phone.
The cell phone. That's the one I don't want to lose.
Andre, please.
And then fellas always come and take
Your
those
life.
things. No. I'm just saying, if I had to make a choice between the money and the cell phone, you can take the money. I'll say to you,
They'll
please,
take both.
leave the cell phone for me, and can I just keep my ID, please?
Andre, it's like, what ID? What
You want
ID?
my wallet? Because they're going to take the wallet, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Just give me my ID, please.
Andre, I'm not even talking. I'm not even going to say
Give
anything.
my ID.
I'm not saying anything. These are things that you can get back. You cannot get back your life.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm
just-
not asking for any of that.
Of course, I'll
No.
I'll make a little request.
Andre, you can get another cell phone, and
I'll
if
tell
you
him-
have everything on that cell phone in your email,
I'll tell
when
them.
you put that cell phone back, everything comes back on your phone. And I'm not saying that they need to do that, and I'm encouraging that, because I'm not. I'm not. I think these people need to get a proper life, get work to do, and stop scaring people, innocent people.
Yes.
It's totally uncalled for. But Andre, I mean, you're making me laugh. They're saying you're going to ask the people for your ID. You think that people are going to open the wallet? They will want to run away from you before you start seeing, okay, he was wearing white sneakers, he's 5'8", he's this, he's that, thin, fat. The people don't want you to get there. to get any kind of description of them. So they just want to do what they have to do
and move.
And move.
And I suspect that's probably what happened there too.
But Andy, there was a guy, I understand, it came out on Facebook. I don't know how true that was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where he was walking, but it was in the north.
Mm-hmm.
And he changed his route. It was 6 o'clock. But Andre, 6 o'clock at this time is dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was held up by two guys. I have the info on my phone. He was held up by two guys. They took his cell phone. Search team took his cell phone. And one of the two guys, in that information that I received, saying, let's shoot him.
Wow.
I mean, Andre, where does that come in? Let's shoot him. I'm sure the guy was petrified.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's only... And that just tells me, that's why sometimes it's better to just go in the hot sun, because there are more people are on the road as opposed to going early in the morning, because you want to get away from the sun, you know? Or
it's just convenient.
For instance,
it's just
convenient
for
because
you.
of work. Yeah, because of work.
And family and so on.
Yeah. But thank goodness, maybe the other guy probably, it didn't go on to say, the other guy said, leave him alone. It just went on to say he wasn't shot. Why is that going through your head? Let's kill him. Why?
Well, again, evil mind. The things that, remember you asked me that question earlier. Is it the alcohol that they're drinking? These guys, I believe a lot of them, prep themselves.
Oh, high as ever.
Yeah, they prep themselves. I think again, our psychiatrist who we have here on every Wednesday. Yeah, every Wednesday. Well, he may be coming back and he may not be coming back, because I spoke with him just yesterday. I think he says he got a nice cushy job overseas.
So that's going to
he may not return. He's not quite sure. But so I'm waiting for him to give me the final word on that.
Yeah.
He was saying that a lot of the these incidents involve the use of drugs. Yeah,
I believe that.
The fellas have to prep themselves before they go to do what they want to do. And the drug could be anything I guess that they figure is going to do the job.
Andre, even at the stoplight, people want to grab things from you too.
Yes.
And you're in your vehicle. I saw on Facebook, but it's not in St. Lucia, where this girl was on her, I don't know if it's a bicycle or a motorbike, and in that space of time with traffic, she was on her phone. And two guys on a motorbike passed. So she was on a bicycle, and they were on a motorbike. Right, passed, grabbed her phone. So when they grabbed her phone, the bike fell. Andre, she held on to the pillion rider, held on to him, and the guy is riding, and she held on to him tightly, Andre, dragging her, and she held on to him until he fell out. Andre, would you have gone that far?
No.
She held on. I don't,
Never.
Andre. I'm thinking about you because you spoke about the cell phone. It was a cell. It wasn't her money. She held on to that guy, dragged from a little further, because you stop, and it's a little further that overseas. Of course, some people started seeing cars came and so on, and the other guy had taken off, but he was held back. Andre, I mean, I'm watching this thing and I'm saying, girl, not only are you strong, physically you're strong, but mentally you are strong.
Well, I don't know about that, Lady G. To be honest with you, to me, that's not very smart.
Not at all.
Very smart at all. I wouldn't do that. That's for sure. Okay, you want to take it and go ahead and take it. Anyway.
But that guy got some licks, because everybody gave him a little taste. Because it's a woman,
Yeah. Alrighty. So as I said, let's hope that Falcon Mart can bounce back from this incident as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you.
And sympathy goes out to the family of the young boy.
Let me tell you, in Trinidad and Tobago, they've now increased the traffic fines.
Good.
Okay, because remember they're trying to fight this crime problem. They also increased the age limits on alcohol usage.
Two.
I didn't read that. They didn't give the information, but they're increasing the limits for alcohol usage. So I guess maybe you're allowed to have the alcohol at maybe right now it's 18 maybe. I'm just saying maybe 18. Could be now 21 right now. I don't know. I didn't get the information. And also to increase the limits for marijuana consumption as well, okay, and gambling, right? So the Archbishop there of Trinidad and Tobago was speaking on a panel discussion, and they were talking about suicide and self-harm, right? That's people who harm themselves,
right?
But it was mainly among young people, all right? And I was shocked at the statistics, the number of young people who were calling what they call a self-harm line, where you call in and you talk about your experience with suicidal ideation and those sorts of things. There's a psychologist that was on the panel, and he said that between 2020 and 2025, that's 5 years, right? This line that they have, where young people are calling in, they recorded 1,500 calls and messages related to self-harm and suicidal ideation, mostly from young people headed 12 to 17.
12?
Yeah, 12 to 17. And I'm saying to myself, Moje, well, what could be going on with those children that they're having those thoughts? Why are they thinking about those things? You know, the only time in my life I think I probably thought about something like that, about like suicidal, is because maybe you're going through a rough time in your later years. When I say later years, 30s, and you're going through some challenge, and you're not sure exactly how to deal with the challenge.
Right.
So you're thinking, how do I solve this problem? So all kinds of thoughts are flooding your mind at that time as to how you're going to solve the problem. And one of those thoughts was, saying, hey, just ending it all and calling it a day, because that's the things that cross your mind at that time. And then, of course, I dismiss that. I dismiss it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to actually...
people can dismiss it, like maybe yourself, because you are stronger.
Right.
But there's some people who are not.
So, no, what I'm saying is that I never thought about that kind of stuff when I was 12 and 17. That never entered... I can't remember even thinking about something like that. So I'm just wondering, what is it that these young people are going through right now?
Peer pressure.
That they're going through this kind of thing.
Most times. But Andre, it's 21. I just pull it up, and she wants to bring that legal age to 25.
Oh, 25. Oh, so now it's 21.
No, it was. It is 21. They want to bring it to 25.
Right, because now they're pushing for the increase in the age limits. Wow.
Age,
Okay, 25. So in other words, if you're 25 years old and you're caught gambling, you'll be arrested. Well, of course, once they follow through, because sometimes you have the laws there, and you have a lax attitude on the part of the police.
So alcohol and cannabis and consumption to 21. 21. They're going to bring that to 21, and the legal gambling age to 25. Not bad.
Yeah, but as I said again, people have ways of getting around these things.
Of course,
especially young folks.
You just have to make sure you're hidden to do it if you're younger.
Yeah. So you're saying that it has to do with peer pressure. That's why the kids.
Some of it, Andre.
I'm trying to imagine the suicidal thoughts and so on. Why is that?
Lots of reasons. Some of them
in America now they're saying it could be social media.
Yes, social media, school. I mean, at school, they call you names.
Bullying.
And the bullying. Andre, some people have weaker minds than others. Remember that. Just like you say, your son, I want to tell you who, Daddy, but I'm afraid to tell you who in front of the classroom. Everybody has, some people are weaker than others.
I understand that. And you're right. I'm just saying what has been going on that would lead so many young people that age to be calling a helpline with suicidal thoughts and so on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Something must be happening to them.
And maybe mom and dad don't have time again because of work, and they don't have time to speak with them. Not only
spend with them
too. And sometimes it's not that they don't have time. The children are brought up sometimes that they are so secretive. They don't want to say anything. Some children are brought up that way. Some children don't tell their parents anything, and it's not because the parents are not giving them the opportunity. They just brought up to keep everything to themselves.
Or maybe they're afraid of the parents' response.
That too.
Because the parents, for example, okay, a problem that they have as well is this issue of pornography among young people, as young as age 8, imbibing in pornography already. Okay, so when a child is going through those thoughts, they feel embarrassed to go tell their parents that they're struggling with those kinds of things. They feel because why? Most parents will say, "What? You what are you talking about? You're watching porn? You most likely get some licks or something." I'm just saying.
And some people want to grow up fast, Andre. Some people want to have sex before they're even 18 years old.
And I'm talking about age 8. I'm talking about
exactly. 8. That's too young,
Yeah.
So all of that.
But but we're talking about something very, very important there, as to the children now feeling comfortable enough to come and talk to you about those things. And I think it's because of our reaction
Some parents, yes. I won't say
because we forget
that won't be an issue as well.
Yeah, because we forget that we made some bad choices. That we are, we were struggling. It's just that maybe whatever things were different, and we didn't have easy access to those kinds of things. That's what probably made things a little different. But we still make mistakes. It's as if the children are not supposed to make any mistakes, right? It's supposed to be perfect. Right, you don't embarrass me and those kinds of things. So maybe that could be a problem because you said the children don't feel comfortable talking to their parents about those kinds of things.
Some children, of course, as well as they might be going to someone else who is not giving them the proper guidance.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So all of that, but it's still good that they have that opportunity for them. In England, it's called the Samaritans, and when I lived in Asia, there was another name, the Befrienders, in Asia. But nobody that young would call. I think they were calling maybe from 17 years old.
Last night on Doctor in the House, Dr. Suraj was here, and we were having a very spirited discussion, about this whole thing about Alcoholics Anonymous, because I think he said he was assisting the organization and so on. And he said something very, very interesting related to what we're talking about here right now. He said that when these the alcoholics or the recovering alcoholics or those who want help, when they usually have these sessions where they're all struggling with the same problem.
Yes.
And they now are kind of like talking to each other.
Yeah.
And he said that one will say, well, here's what happened to me. And another one will say, yes, the same thing happened to me. Here's what happened. Right, that sort of thing. And it's not like a session where people are judging you. And I was saying, those of us who are not going through, like, for example, what those kids are going through, when they come to talk to us now, our first response is to, like, kind of judge them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You of all people, why are you going...
Or start to scream, you're only 8 years old.
Exactly. So he was saying when the Alcoholics Anonymous, they get together, they don't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They listen to each other.
Yeah.
And they kind of like helping each other along the way. So I think that's a major problem that we have when we come, and that's why a lot of people, as you said, you just don't say anything. You don't talk to your friends about it because they do not understand. You don't talk to your parents because they don't understand, right? They don't try to empathize and to understand that you're a human being and you could be going through those things.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yes. But sometimes, Andre, if you have, as they say, an alcoholic parent, sometimes it is in the home. And so the kids have access to it. I'm not saying that's the best thing or that's a good thing, but sometimes the kids have access to it, and wanting to try it, wanting to taste it could lead them to, being young alcoholics.
Yes.
But from 8 years old, calling a hotline for
suicidal ideation.
And I mean that's of concern, Andre. That's of concern.
So the Archbishop was talking about a number of things there. Said that the children are struggling with self-image issues.
Yeah.
He spoke about children suffering from loneliness.
Yeah.
Loneliness, isolation, poor self-esteem. Yes.
A lot of things.
Wow.
And Andre, it's amazing because young people, man and woman, they are now going to have surgeries. I don't like my nose. I don't like my ears. I don't like my lips. I don't like my eyes. I want more. Yeah, behind. I want this. I want that. I want the other, and all of that causes problems because at the end of the day, the minute you do one surgery, you keep going and going, and it's like it's never going to stop. It's never going to end. So all these things can lead you to psychologically have issues as well because you're just not confident in what God gave you.
But can you imagine if I have, say, my child at my home and my child is lonely, something is definitely wrong, boy. I mean, in terms of what's happening in the home, because your child is not supposed to be feeling lonely, but could be
alone and lonely
because of the whole system, the way that parents are always out, working, and if they're not working, whatever else that they're doing to keep the the family together, especially single parents, and then the children now don't have that connection with their parents. So I guess maybe that's what they mean. But they feel lonely.
But Andre, it's also good if you have a child that you, for some reason that they can speak. Because I remember when we were in Jamaica, hubby was working, so was I. And one day my daughter actually said to me, "Mommy, you have no time for me." And I'm saying because she could say it for whatever reason, others can't, like what you're saying. She said, you have no time for me. Eventually, Andre, you have to give it up. It's one or the other. You have to give it up. Because it's your child. You can get another job, but you won't get another child like this, or maybe not make any more. You know what I mean? So you have to decide what you are going to do with what she's saying to you. And I don't know if my daughter remembers that, because she's probably about 9 or something like that. But as we're talking about it, again, it's...
So did you, like, at that time, think about it and say...
I gave it up.
Yeah, maybe...
I gave it up and took something else.
Yeah.
Because I was working in the hotel, yes, and that was... You know how it is in the hotel. But I was also teaching at another hotel, because whenever I go to a country, Andre, I find things to do, because you're not allowed to work. So until you can work, then, okay, that's fine. So like I say, I always hold on to my instructing fitness. And so I was already doing that on the side and making some money, no matter how small it is. Like I tell people, it's not about the amount. It's just to get yourself out there and to keep yourself working, doing something, meeting people. And so I just gave it up and continued doing the classes so I would have time for her. And not only that, but she could come with me on days that she was home from school. She could come with me and, swim in the hotel while I'm teaching the class. And the sort of person she is, she would be joining the class too.
So do you think when those children talk about themselves, they're being lonely, it is really a loneliness of the lack of the parent being around?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's probably part of it.
Yeah. I'm making time for them, because it's one thing to get them dressed, drop them at school, and then maybe somebody else, whether it's the bus or whatever, picks them up, drops them home. But between that time and the time you come home, what's happening? Even if you've got somebody taking care of them, it's different. Children, especially me having one, she was used to us being there, one of us, both of us being there, and all of a sudden, where are you? You were not there until what? I'm working nights and blah, 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 Now, it's funny because she's now working in the hotel industry.
Oh, really?
Yes, Andre. And I need to ask her.
And she has her own children now.
Yes. So,
How's she managing?
How she's managing. Because it's tough, Andre. It's tough.
Trying to make it out there.
We've got to work, because how will we be able to provide?
For them. For them. Yeah, boy.
It's a difficult thing.
I think really and truly, we really need to work on this thing about trying our best. I don't know how the authorities will do it, to try to get both parents involved in the child's life. I think our males are allowed a little too much freedom, if you will, or latitude, not to take on their part of the responsibility when making time for the child is concerned.
That's right.
We seem to be letting them off in that respect. Once you're taking care financially, all right, we can tolerate you, kind of thing. So I think the society really needs to work on that, because sometimes, the mothers especially, they have it rough. They have it really, really rough, man.
But, a lot of the time, I don't know if you were like that, Andrea, but because the woman is breastfeeding, you feel that it is her time. But after she breastfeeds, you can take the baby from her.
Oh, for sure.
Because when women are breastfeeding, it takes a lot of energy out of you. You've just given birth. It takes a lot of energy. Many times I was breastfeeding Consuelo and I just felt something. Guess what? I had fallen asleep and Lennox happened to be there, and he just, because chances are she was rolling off of me, So all of that. So, you have to be, Andrea, we spoke about that, having kids when you are not prepared. It happens, but Andrea is not right. You've got to be right.
And I think, again, I want to repeat this. The authorities now need to change course, and I don't know if we have to set laws or whatever it is to force our men, right, our delinquent fathers, right, to take on that responsibility of assisting the mothers.
How about bringing up the cost per month?
Because the loneliness issue now, right, if the mother is not there, she's working, right, to provide for the home, to pay the bills and everything, and the child is just with some friend or stranger or maybe another family member, if they're lucky to have that.
On off days,
and
school off days.
The fellas have it easy. A lot of the fellas are just there doing their thing. Yes, they're doing their thing. They don't really play the role and to assist and to help deal with some of these issues.
Issues, yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to be having a real messed up
it's
next
amazing.
generation.
You just need one day. Just take that child maybe to the beach for lunch, and they would be the happiest kids in the world. Just 1 hour, maybe even half an hour, is what you do in that half hour. You know, that's all the child might need or want. You know, not necessarily those phone calls, but a face-to-face,
of course, definitely,
touchy thingy, you know, and to be proud that this is my daddy, you know, this is my mommy. That's all they want.
Well
love.
said, well said,
Yeah.
well said. All right, let's get into the shout-outs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do Facebook first. Andre.
Yes.
And don't
It's
forget,
up
we
to
have
you.
the riddle of today. Oh, Andre, we have the riddle of today. And the riddle of today, we're giving out a pedicure. Yes, that's what
Nice.
we're giving out to whoever calls with the answer.
Yeah.
All right, the first one is Barbara Augustine. She says, good morning, my REV-UP family.
Good morning, Barbara.
And then we have Irene.
Hey, boy, Irene is a fan these days, boy. I think that's thanks to you,
Thanks to
Lady
me.
J.
Thanks
Yeah.
to me, I guess. Thank you, Irene.
Yeah, because Lady J, you have a wide circle.
Yeah, they need to get in there. Yes.
Yeah, well,
some of them tell me they
wide
just listen.
circle.
Yeah. And I have overseas as well that they're listening. The French love rice. That's Irene. She's saying the French love rice as well. When I came back from French Guyana, I didn't eat rice for over 3 months.
It's true. Exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, and imagine you're a kid and you've been fed the rice and peas every single day. Oh my gosh! When you become an adult, probably was up.
She said she didn't eat rice for 3 months.
I believe her.
Okay, Joan Chalry. Joan Chalry says, good morning, Andre. Beautiful Lady J. Thank you, Joan, and everyone in the chat room. And she sends prayers and lots of loves and kisses. All right. Kina is not here, so I can't send you them kisses, eh? I'm leaving that for Kina. All right, wherever you are, Kina,
Yeah.
you need to be here and send those kisses.
Let's say good morning to Kina, by the way.
Yeah.
Kina, hope all is well there with you and little
Enjoying your
snow.
vacation.
Little snow.
Well,
Yeah.
if she's on vacation, she's not with Snow, eh?
How you mean?
You think she brought Snowy for on the vacation?
Oh, you mean like
If
she went
left the
overseas?
country. I don't know where she is.
Okay.
I don't know where she is. Yes. Kina, whatever you're doing, enjoy. Arthur Charles. Good morning, Arthur.
Today is the birthday of the following persons, right?
Yeah. Andre, behave yourself. Good morning to you, folks.
Morning,
Today
Arthur
is
Charles.
the birthday of the following person. You actually said it. Arthur, you will have to change your way of writing, okay? Change it a little bit. Miss Yasmin Steele. Oh, happy birthday, Yasmin.
You know her?
I know Yasmin, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Yasmin. Andre, if you watch, a way of letting you know who she is, apart from her being a strong, now SLP, she used to be. When you listen to the Independence battle, she's the voice that you hear in the vehicle.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
Yasmin.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, yeah.
Yes,
Her
Yasmin
name is
Steele.
Yasmin.
Steele.
Okay,
with an
Yasmin
E at the
Steele.
end.
Happy birthday to you.
It has an E at the end, by the way. Yes. Also, Peter St. Pierre, aka the controller.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And
sir.
Mr.
Happy birthday. Yeah, controller. All the best to you.
Is that what's Mario? The same way he says it, Mario. I'm reading it the way he spelled it. Mario Clovis of Hot FM. Is it Mario?
No.
To me, that's not how his name. His name is Marion or something like that.
Yeah.
But Clovis, I know. Yes.
Let me get his
He
name.
spells it as
Marlon.
Marlon. That's his name. Yes. Marlon Clovis of Hot FM.
Morning, Marlon. Happy
yes.
birthday to you, my bro. Yeah. You know, he's a humble fella, you know. He's
Yes.
a humble guy. I was playing at an event for him maybe last year. I think it was his birthday bash. And
so you'll have one again this
he
year?
wanted to do something because he already had plans to do this particular thing as part of the activities for the night. And you know, I'm in this thing for a little while. So he said to me, he wants to do it now. I said to him, no, do it at that time instead and I gave him a reason.
Yeah.
And you know, he just accepted. He said, you're right.
Did it work?
Yeah, I mean, of course, he realized I know the
Good
thing.
facts,
I've been in the thing for a while.
Yeah.
You understand? But some people would have just insisted.
Who are you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my birthday. You can't tell me what to do.
Right,
So I found it was really cool on his part.
humble
I actually
of him.
called him the following day to commend him. I said, boy, that was really, really cool on your part to take the advice. He said, yeah, man. That's what we're supposed to be checking for each other.
And that's how we grow as well.
Yeah, so Marlon, happy birthday, partner.
Happy
all right?
birthday.
And looking to do it again this year.
Peacemaker says, good morning, Andre.
Yes.
If they ask me for sex, I will give it to them.
You asked me
LOL.
for sex, I'll give it to them. What were we talking about?
What?
What were we
I don't
talking
know.
about? What
Women?
were we talking about at the time? I wonder what we were talking about. Why he said that. Well, anyway, you can chime in. You can chime in and tell us exactly what you refer to. I don't remember.
If he's still listening, send another message. Lucita Japierre says, good morning, Andre, and lovely Lady J. Thank you,
morning,
Lucita.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget our beautiful Kina. Wednesday blessings to all. Yes, we did shout her out. All right. Lucita also says, good morning, everyone on the live and Radio Garden. Happy birthday to Madeline Alexander. Oh, my goodness, Madeline,
It's
Andre.
a birthday?
Happy birthday, Madeline. Happy birthday. I'll play a special one for you today.
That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, wonderful. According to Clement Charlie Charles, wonderful human being.
Yes.
Yeah. Madeline, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best. Enjoy your special day today. All right? So, it's, from your friends, your family, and of course, yours truly, AP, as anything else.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful human being.
And she says, Madeline Alexander, it's a birthday. Eat your cake and celebrate. All right. Okay. So, Lucita also says, good morning, Uncle Arthur Charles. Okay. Arthur Charles goes on to say, good morning, Auntie Lucita. Okay, they're answering each other here. How are you doing? Okay, Veronica Brian, yeah. Good morning to all.
Morning, Veronica.
A blessed and wonderful Wednesday morning to all.
To you as well.
Yeah. Veronica, yes. And then we have Peacemaker comes back and say, and so many kids raising and growing up without a father. And plus some mothers are so busy working, focusing on where the meal is coming from.
Exactly.
Very true.
The very thing that we were saying earlier.
Peacemaker continued to say, good morning, my sister Lucita Japierre. How are you, sis? God's blessings, grace, and mercy to you and yours. It's good that they are meeting also on our platform and greeting each other. We appreciate that. Yes. Alcorta says, Andre, if your child is brought up in a shroud of secrecy, shroud of secrecy, example, they are the product of a secret relationship. They themselves tend to grow up secretive because this is being modeled in the home.
A product of a secret relationship.
Meaning that that person probably already had a partner, or maybe that person is married and they were seeing somebody else. So
okay.
Secret. Some people carry a child for 9 months and we still don't know who the father is because they don't want to say. But let me tell you, when that child grows up, I see Andre in that child's face. So that's Andre's child. I used to see her talking to Andre. The secret, you think you have the secret, not necessarily. Although we would be guessing because neither one of them have said it is my child.
Somebody told me that that there's this particular person, this couple, that the lady had 9 children, right? And not one was the husband's.
Wow. Well, I have seen that, but on one of the American television. Andre, the man was. Let me tell you, 9. That's a lot, Andre, because what I saw was only 2. The man and these guys grew up because he had money. So these 2 boys grew up spoiled, and so he wanted a divorce from the woman because he feel he is a good-looking man and the children are not good-looking. And these children are in their 20s and 30s already. This man is of age. So I'm interesting story. Let me listen. Andre, so and so and so and so and so. You are not the father. By both. And the woman is crying and she knew, Andre. She knew that. Why would you do something like that? Why? Why not tell him? If he loves you, he will take care of the children, but he would know from the start that they are not his.
Well, as a lady, you're supposed to be telling me. You're asking me that question. As to why a lady would do that?
Well,
I don't
Andre, she is, if she's seen the two of you, maybe she thinks, if she's seen John and Jim, let's say John might be loving, but Jim has the money. Depends on what direction she wants to go.
Right.
But he's different. You understand?
Now, if I were to be doing that, and Jim is rich and John is a loving guy, I wonder which one I'd take.
Well, it depends. He might be loving, but he's loving and lazy. You want a lazy guy? Not me.
But the John is the father. But the other one now, you know, he has the money and stuff. As you said there, John is a nice guy, but he's lazy.
But he's lazy. So what is he going to do for me and the child now? I mean, it depends on what you're going after. But I certainly wouldn't want a lazy man. I think we can work and eventually get there. So I wouldn't say the money is all of it. But I think a lazy man, Andre, nah. Nah, get up and get.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with some guy who's a cruel fella. He's cruel.
Well, we didn't put that.
He has the leisure, but he's cruel.
Oh, well, if we find that out, then we need to know exactly what we want, because if he's cruel, I don't think the money is going to make you happy at all.
But then the other one is nice, but he's lazy.
Boy, that's complicated, Andre. So it's best to be by yourself.
Finish it up.
Finish it up. Be by yourself.
Single mom.
Yes. All right. Let's see. I missed some. Let's go back up. Peacemaker came back on and says, have the men put on socks. Of course. Protect themselves, Andre. Andre just looking at me. Andre, socks. Yes. Protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elsa Hippolyte. Greetings to Andre and Lady J. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Elsa. What's the name that I keep making the mistake with? Josiane.
Oh, Josiane. Oh,
Josiane.
she's chiming in now.
Lacher.
Yeah, Josie.
I got it right, Josiane.
Yeah. You could just call her
Josie.
Call her Josie. Yeah.
She says, good morning, REV-UP family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Morning, Josie. Best neighbor in the world.
Oh, really?
Yes,
She's from Leclerc?
Next to my house.
Oh, nice. Oh, so she really took that hard with Tony.
Oh, yeah,
She
for
was
sure.
right there in the midst
In
of
fact,
it.
she's the one. I was sleeping and she woke me.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the one.
All right, Josie. Elsa Hippolyte again says, greetings to all in the chat room. Have an awesome day. Yes, Elsa. And what's it? Gozele. Peter. Good morning, Andre and Lady J, listening from New York. Have a blessed day. You know, I thought of that. I wonder if that was him. He's listening from New York. Yeah, good morning to you.
All right.
Joan Shallery says, Lady J, send me kisses. I'm freezing in Brooklyn, New York. I'll send you some sun. I'll send you some sunshine. Yes.
Maybe we should have recorded Kina doing the moas.
Exactly.
So anytime we have to send one, we just use Kina's.
Just drop it. Yes.
Yeah, Kina's moa.
Okay. Andre has an idea, and that we will do for sure. Joan Shallery says, okay, I read that one. Peacemaker came back and says, I'm a she. Okay. Well, Peacemaker is a she, female. Yeah. All right. It was about the people robbing cell phone. Robbing. Okay, she meant robbing. She's put robbing. Remember you say don't take your ID. She's talking about.
Yeah.
Sharon Peter says, good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning. Luther Alce says, good morning, AP and Lady J. God richest blessings
upon you as well.
Yeah. And Peacemaker is back again. She says, sis, the men need to put on socks because too many kids are raising without a father. That's right. And Barbara Augustine says, good morning, Kiki. I think that's about it from the Facebook page.
Already.
Yes.
So let's go to the WhatsApp platform.
WhatsApp platform. We have a few. Andre, I'm just going to take it from our section because you've got some that came in on the show before this one. Okay? So let's take it from this one. Let's see the time. Yeah. Okay, somebody's saying from 10:14, Andre, they're saying that the station is low. I don't know what they mean. Station is a little low.
Where? Okay, just tell us where
station is a little low
where
this morning. All right.
Let's know where you're listening.
Wait, this is. Let me see the number. It's from St. Lucia, 758. Oh, AG. Okay, so that would be in the
Soufre.
south.
It's Soufre.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
AG, we'll take note of that. Thank you. Good morning to you. And let's go to the next one. Good morning, Andre. My daughter don't eat any chicken. That's from St. Lucia. She's now 7 years, and she still don't even, and she still don't, she meant do not, something KFC, I guess eat KFC, but she loves tuna fish and any other fish I cook.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
No, I mean, who is the person referring to?
They're talking about
child?
when we spoke.
The
Yeah,
child?
the child.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right.
When we were speaking. I'm not a vegetarian, but when I was pregnant, a woman, yes, I used to consume a lot of tuna fish and salads. Don't know if that's the reason.
For what? The reason for
I guess when we were talking about,
having too much of something?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Let's carry on. We have
Woo,
7
this
minutes.
one's a long one.
You have 7 minutes.
Lady J, eh? I'm Lady J. J, not that other alphabet you put there. All right? That's from St. Lucia. Good morning. How are you guys doing? I will tell you something in my childhood days going to school. Let me see how long that is, Andre. Oops, Andre, it's very long. There was a boy in the school that was so wicked, very wicked. One day after school, he gave me one kick in my chest. I remember falling to the ground and my neighbor came and picked me up. Now, due to the fact that my father was so wicked and abusive, he would beat me for any and anything at all, whether I did it or not. I couldn't even come home and tell him.
Wow.
Ouch.
Remember we were talking about earlier?
Yes. Or my mother, that this boy had kicked me. To this day, I'm suffering with chest pain. What? What age was that? But this guy's became a beggar in the street. A beggar, she meant. A beggar in the street. He even used to beat his own mother. But sometime last year, he got killed in the north. They said a vehicle hit him. Nobody know who killed him. Sometimes when you have abused parents, you cannot come home and say anything because you don't even know going on. You don't even know something is missing. You don't even know what's going on. Okay, it should be what. You don't even know what's going on with you, Andre. All right. I love when they read back because then it's difficult for us to read when it has mistakes. Sometimes when you have abusive parents, you cannot come home and say anything because you don't know what's going on in their life. I think that's what she meant. Yeah. And she went on to say, in your head, sometimes you just want to die because of what you going through at home. Father was a wicked devil. I am a child. I'm not a child anymore. My father was abusive, verbally, physically, mentally, and sexually.
Wow.
Oh my.
Wow.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Actually, she put her name down on it. I don't know if
But
you
that's
want me to
okay.
read your name.
No need to.
Yeah, she actually put her name. No, after she just responded again and put her name. We won't say your name, but she says at the time she was 14. So, Andre, you know, if she was 14, the guy must have been 14 or older. So that, she's right. That was a really hard kick. All right, Andre, you're going to make yourself a target with your just pass it.
But you know how many years I've been saying that?
Yeah,
publicly?
I know. I remember you said it on
I
radio.
said, but I also say that I'm making it very difficult for you to come and mess around me. I'm not going to make it easy for you at all.
That means you're not going to be walking. You're going to be in your car all the time, Andre.
No, I go, I walk. Right? It's just
don't
that
have your cell phone.
it's just that I know, I know the places I traverse. Okay,
Yeah.
I know.
And it's not good to say where you're going.
Look, I said the other day, you will not find me on Derek Walcott Square after 7. You'll not find me there.
I would say after 6 unless I'm with people.
Exactly. There's some streets,
especially in January. It's still dark out there.
There's some streets. Okay. I don't want to. I no need to name them right now.
But I agree with you, Andre.
No way, Jose. You see the boulevard. The latest I would go there, if I have to go, say, to the ATM, maybe 9 o'clock.
In the night?
Maybe 9, because there's still a few people there. If I
the taxi drivers there?
ever happen to go there, maybe at around 11, maybe is because I have somebody there with me. In other words, somebody's looking out.
At least they, the horn they can blow or something.
Well,
totally agree.
Exactly. So I am making it easy for you at all.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. So that's what I mean when I say that. And same thing for my home. All right. You can ask anybody who's around me. It'll tell you I'm very, very, very careful.
Yeah.
Okay. With my surroundings and so on.
In, check around. Yeah.
Boy, so I'm not making that easy for you at all. So I'm not saying one day it cannot happen because you know life already.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, it's because say la vie.
You let down your guard that day.
Maybe.
And this person says, "Good morning, Andre," and "Good morning, Andre," and what? And friend, hello, this is Lady J. Co-worker.
Must be a new
co-worker.
A new follower, maybe. Yeah.
Friend, yes, but when it comes to work, we say co-worker.
And maybe not aware that you're now there.
Yeah, it's a number from St. Lucia. All right, this is a 268 number. 268, I think, is Antigua, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Blessed morning to REV-UP family. Have a great day today, listening from Antigua. Yes, listening from Antigua. Good morning, Antigua.
Must be do some damage. Yeah, that's my partner there. Yeah,
okay.
He calls himself do some damage.
I hope you're not doing any damage. Here's another
I'm sure he is.
Foreign number there. That's 407. So that must be in the US of A. Andre, you're going to make yourself a target with you just, that person wrote it again.
Lady J, you have 2 minutes. I have
let's see.
I have a meeting at 11:45. Very, very important meeting.
Okay, blessed morning to all from this person. And this person says, okay, she's just responding. Sorry, Lady J, for the mistakes. Okay, we understand. Keep in touch. We won't say your name, but we got your message, and we are so sorry that you went through all of this abuse. Please try and clear your mind out of that, because you can't, if we can try to, I don't know if to say suppress, but if we can try to say this, we will not carry on to our children, that's the best thing we can do, Andre. Yeah.
And it's also possible that this person probably has gone to get some counseling as well. That's why they probably feel comfortable enough. And I use the word very, very clear, very carefully, and I say comfortable to share that story.
And let's say
a lot of people
she
keep those things secret.
She should probably call tomorrow, the healing process. You should probably call tomorrow, just in case she has not had counseling. That show might definitely work for her. Yes.
Good idea.
Right? Appreciate that. Would you call tomorrow? The show starts from 11:30.
Correct.
For 1 hour. All right? Appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and Andre, you know what? It's funny because when I lived in Asia, and we spoke about that in London, there was the Good Samaritan, and in Malaysia there was the Befrienders. I joined the Befrienders. You had to do 6 weeks of training first, and so for about a year I was volunteering with them. Some stories, Andre. When you come home, you cannot even sleep.
Wow.
Telling you, Andre. No wonder they had to train us. I was like, do I really need to go and spend my time there? These stories are difficult, but you have to, when they tell you the story, you have to listen and sympathize. That's what it is,
Boy, some people, unfortunately, a lot of children as well have been through hell and back.
Yes, Andre.
Through hell and back.
Andre.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got to wrap it up.
Yes, we do.
So, Lady J, what's coming up on the show?
Wait a minute. From Guyana, land of lots of oil. A Lauren Pendleton, I think. Pendleton.
Oh, that's a new person. Welcome, Lauren, from Guyana.
She wants Pastor Phil's number. Well, I don't have the number offhand. So
just give him a call tomorrow.
I'll give it to you. It's on Facebook, so that will be there. I'll send you the number.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you're on Facebook, but I don't have the number with me at this moment as we're talking. But she's asking to send her my number. Good morning. Blessings. Keep in touch with us, but I'll send you the number after my shift. Not a problem on the REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9.
Okay, and don't forget the REV-UP Center is coming up next with Lady J. She'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. A lot of fun, including the
riddle of the day, hits of the day, entertainment news.
No, the riddle. Remember, not today you're supposed to be, we're tweaking things a little. You're going to be giving a pedicure? A pedicure, male or female, whoever calls and gets it right. Now, we're not taking messages, WhatsApp messages. We're taking calls, Andre, because the messages tend to keep me back. I've got to look and so on. Okay. So just calls. Call, it's much better. We can hear you and your answer. And you've got 30 seconds Okay.
to give the answer.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
And it's from Sister Hot Nails in Monjero.
Alrighty.
So we'll hear more about her and her services when we do the riddle of the day.
And don't forget, we have our special Valentine's Day promotion coming up soon, starting on the 2nd of February. All right, so Lady Jail will be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then from 3, it's going to be Zen the DJ
to
until
whom I
6.
am well pleased.
Yeah, boy.
It's Andre's son, those of you who logged in for the first time. But I'm seeing one person there, the Lorraine. I have not seen that name before.
Yeah.
But the others,
Okay, hopefully Zen will be here with us tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for Harddrive.
Yes.
So, folks, this has been Harddrive. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. A big thank you to the folks at DBS for carrying our show. We certainly appreciate that.
Good morning, DBS. Oh, we forgot to say that in the beginning. Did we say that?
I said morning to welcome to DBS. I didn't go into any detail or anything.
Right.
All right, so folks, we got to wrap it up. This has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the Alpha of radio.
Hey friends, are you ready to kickstart your day with inspiration? Join Pastor Yanrick Joseph for Come Grow With Him